I want you to do like this. Boom, 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 boom. Let's keep for boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Gervonta Tank Davis is coming back, and he's going to headhunt all of you. And my thing is, I got Tank beating all y'all at.
New, previously unreleased footage appears to show Gervonta Davis in a training session with the legendary Mike Tyson, preparing for his upcoming bout against Jake Paul. The video reportedly captures Tyson providing guidance to Davis during pad work, demonstrating advanced boxing techniques and emphasizing precise timing. Sources indicate that Tyson lauded Davis's explosive speed and precision, offering crucial advice to refine his knockout-centric strategy.
Hey, bro. Nice one, Mike. Nice one, Mike. Nice one, Mike.
Gervonta Davis's pad work during training camp displays incredible speed and flawless coordination, with his punches firing in rapid combinations that show perfect rhythm and control. Every shot lands with explosive accuracy as his trainer fights to match his relentless pace. Witnesses note that Tank's hand speed appears faster than ever, a clear sign that he's in top form and completely focused on his upcoming battle with Jake Paul.
Get on that. Whoa. Okay.
The conversation around Gervonta Davis leading up to his fight with Jake Paul has been filled with speculation and criticism, yet analyst Schwobes believes most people fail to understand Davis's true mindset. He explains that Davis has reached a point in his career where outside noise no longer affects him. Rather than reacting to the constant opinions online, Davis has chosen silence as his answer. According to Schwobes, that silence reflects confidence, not weakness. The Baltimore champion knows that words don't win fights, actions do. His plan is to speak through his performance when the bell rings, letting every punch, counter, and knockout attempt serve as his message to the doubters. With reports hinting at a potential knockout bonus, Schwobes insists Davis has every incentive to finish the fight early, not just for the payday, but to remind the world exactly who he is while carrying the weight of pride and expectation into the ring.
He's scared. He can't come back to real boxing after fighting Jake Paul. He's going to be made a mockery of. One of you guys said you could call it a fake fight, but it has real consequences. Let him get knocked out by Jake. Let him get embarrassed by Jake. He can't come back. He'll be made a mockery of. He done took a knee, grease in the eye, had a draw with Roach, which everybody thinks Roach was robbed, and then made a mockery of by Jake Paul, a YouTuber. Which is why Gervonta Tank Davis is on Demon Time. Check this out. Check this out. See, me being back on my fitness journey, I know how hard that is, especially at his size with how heavy that medicine ball is. Gervonta Tank Davis is going to go hard, pause, on that Jake Paul fight. He has to. While everybody is trying to dismiss that shit, there's a knockout bonus and everything. You got Lamont Roach calling him all these names. Tank Davis shut off his social media. He can't take y'all negativity, making him worse before the fight. He can't allow y'all to be in his head, which that's what y'all want to do. The end of Tank. And I don't. I think boxing is better with Tank involved. I always say that. If there is boxing boxing is even better when there's more talented and skillful fighters involved. Regardless of how you feel about him, you want Tank to be great in boxing, then hating him to death out of boxing. If you do, you're just a hater, right? If you love the sport, you want as many determined boxers in there as possible. He's looking determined right now. And with everything that Roach is saying, he's ready to come back and whoop some ass. Where I'm getting this information from, none of your damn business. But right now, I'm just a vessel, and I'm going to tell you guys what's up. Gervonta Tank Davis is coming back, and he's going to headhunt all of you.
Analysts have quickly pointed out the noticeable size gap between the two fighters. On paper, Jake Paul appears bigger and stronger, but as many boxing experts remind fans, size alone doesn't win fights. Boxing is an art form that demands precision, timing, and composure. They highlight that Gervonta Davis has mastered these fundamentals, knowing exactly how to move, feint, and strike with calculated accuracy. In contrast, raw strength without refined technique often leads to fatigue and costly errors. Experts also note that Davis's smaller frame could be an advantage, allowing for tighter movements, quick head slips, and explosive bursts of power designed for maximum efficiency. The gap between appearing powerful and being truly effective is immense, and it's Davis's experience that makes that distinction unmistakable.
Just talking hands, Gervonta will whoop Jake ass. We just talking hands. But do you think that 50-pound weight difference, that's going to be a difference?
It could be. If you get caught with a shot. As a boxer.
Physics!
Well, but the thing is this, though. Let's talk about physics. See, boxing is a technique.
Right.
So it's not like you could be bigger. That shit don't matter. Like, you seen a big nigga a lot of them big niggas go to sleep.
That's a fact.
When he went out and the bouncer get hit in his chin, he go right out. He the big nigga on the ground. Like, I've seen it a million times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
So that you can't go off that. Now, if you get hit by a big nigga and you're a smaller nigga,
You gonna fly? He gonna.
here
feel
comes
it.
physics. But as I'm using my technique, we in a different space now. Big guy, I got something for that. When you throwing and I'm seeing shit differently, yeah, now it's time for technique. You understand?
I want to
That's
start
the
training.
difference.
I want to start training.
Shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford. He just proved what I just said. The technique of boxing. You feel me? You know what I mean?
While many support Gervonta Davis, commentator DJ Academics has sparked debate by predicting that Jake Paul could pull off a knockout. He argues that Paul's size advantage and growing experience in the ring give him a real chance to land a decisive shot. Academics points to Paul's previous fights, where his overhand right has dropped multiple opponents, and insists that people underestimate Jake's commitment to training like a true professional rather than a celebrity. Even so, critics doubt whether Paul can withstand Davis's blistering speed and relentless pressure once the punches start flying. Still, Academics' perspective has added intrigue to the build-up, framing the fight not as a mismatch, but as a risky experiment between a powerful YouTuber and an elite knockout artist. Whether his prediction proves right or not, it highlights how divided the boxing world has become over this unpredictable clash.
It's going either one. If there's a knockout, it's going to be Jake knocking him out.
You think Jake is going to knock out Gervonta?
Yeah,
He's the underdog.
We got to look at size. We got to look at size. Now, granted, do I think Gervonta can knock him out? Of course. But what people don't realize is that, you know, you got one guy who's a damn near heavyweight, and then you have another guy
He is
who-
a heavyweight.
Well,
Jake
I
Paul's
don't know if he's
heavyweight.
going to be weighing in as a heavyweight for this fight. I forgot what weight they agreed on. But regardless, if it goes
227 pounds.
say it.
He's 227 pounds.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what he's weighing in
Against
on.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, no, he's weighing in something different. Yeah, it's no way they're letting a 227-pounder fight a 130-pound guy.
Gervonta Davis. Let's take a look.
Yeah, just look at weight limits. I think it's like 190.
195.
Yeah,
Okay, he's going to go down 30 pounds.
yeah. I still think that's borderline. I think 200 is still heavyweight. So, but I think it's borderline.
Yeah, right there in the bottom.
Yeah. So, you know, I would imagine if it's a knockout. Well, here's the thing too, though. So I might actually just take it off the table. I might just go with Gervonta. Why? A lot of Jake Paul's power probably come from the weight. So in 30 pounds or almost 40 pounds, you got to cut. That's a lot. Now, one thing I'm gonna like about Jake, Jake's a bag secure. I could see. You know, I think this is gonna be a win-win for both of them. It's gonna be a win for Jake because you don't get knocked out by this guy. If you can stand in the ring with an actual top-tier boxer, and he can't knock you out, and maybe you land a couple jabs, like a couple of hits, maybe even stun him once, you've won because you're getting $100 million. That is genius. And for Gervonta,
He says he's going to retire after this, by the way.
Another group of analysts emphasizes Gervonta Davis's reputation as one of boxing's most dangerous finishers, noting that his knockout record speaks for itself, with most of his victories ending before the final bell. Reports indicate this fight could bring him around $200 million, making it one of the biggest paydays of his career. However, these experts argue that Davis's drive goes far beyond money. It's about solidifying his legacy and maintaining his dominance. They explain that Tank's natural explosiveness, paired with his sharp ring IQ, makes him both unpredictable and lethal. Even if he falls behind on the scorecards, his one-punch power can instantly change the outcome. For Jake Paul, that presents a nightmare scenario. Facing a fighter capable of ending the night at any moment leaves no room for comfort. To these analysts, Davis represents a rare blend of tactician and destroyer, a fighter who thrives under pressure and turns it into perfection.
Gervonta Davis's guarantee.
I
or
call
the fight with Jake
bullshit.
Paul?
Me too.
I call it bullshit.
$200 million is a lot of money.
That'd be the most any athlete's ever made in one event, in one night. Where are they getting that money?
I mean, it's Netflix.
Okay, Mike Tyson didn't make that. Jake Paul didn't make that.
20 million, I would believe, not 200 million.
20 million seems realistic.
That's a lot.
Even because Netflix is bigger, but there's no pay-per-view model. So, and Gervonta is a big pay-per-view draw, especially for being a lighter weight class.
Yeah.
So 20 to even 40 I can get.
Oof, that's a lot.
40 I can understand.
When push comes to shove, though, like 20.
Like Canelo's getting that 40.
Yeah.
But Gervonta Davis, he was, especially on Showtime, he's a big pay-per-view star.
Yeah.
He's a knockout artist. 200 mil is just completely false.
God, Jake is so much bigger.
Yeah, man.
I mean, so much bigger.
I don't get it. If he thinks this is going to make him legitimate in boxing, I just don't get why he do it.
Can his speed and his ability make up for that size difference, in your honest opinion?
Well, he has to be very smart throughout the course of the fight. It's hard to know in some things. I think Gervonta's just gonna stick and move. He'll be fast, play it smart, I don't see him staying still for too long so Jake can land some shots. He'll just try to touch him. Who knows, man? It's an exhibition. It's a money grab. Jake's fighting one of the best boxers ever.
Comedian and boxing enthusiast Earthquake offers a humorous yet insightful take on the upcoming clash, noting that in boxing, a big physique doesn't always guarantee lasting success. He explains that while muscular fighters often look intimidating at the start, those same muscles can become a liability as the rounds progress. According to Earthquake, fighters like Jake Paul tend to slow down once fatigue kicks in, their oxygen fading and their punches losing snap. He jokes that Jake's bulk might look impressive on camera, but could betray him when endurance becomes the real test. In contrast, Gervonta Davis's compact and explosive build is made for sustained power and precision. Earthquake predicts that once the pace intensifies, Tank's relentless pressure will expose Paul's flaws. Beneath the humor, his words carry a clear truth. Fights aren't decided by size or showmanship, but by stamina, rhythm, and resilience.
You're a boxing fan?
Totally.
Okay. Tank Davis and Jake Paul in November. According to betonline.ag, Jake Paul's the underdog at plus 139. Gervonta Davis is the favorite at minus 180. So he's the favorite almost 2-1.
Right.
What do you think will happen in this ring?
I don't know, but Tank should beat him. Tank should beat him, but Tank is smaller. And usually in boxing, you take the bigger man, but then again, Terrence Crawford killed that when he beat Canelo.
They're the same weight.
Yeah, they was
at the
same
time.
weight
Well,
at the
no,
time.
maybe a little bit different after they rehydrated, but they weighed in at the same weight. There's a 30-pound difference between Gervonta and Jake Paul. Jake Paul had to lose like 30 pounds to get down to like 195. And Gervonta, I think, is like 160.
Gervonta all the way up to 160?
Oh, well, hold on. Gervonta.
160?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. No. 133.8.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, he 133.
It's a 60-pound weight difference.
Yes.
60 pounds.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, but ain't extra weight on that chin.
That chin is all bone.
That chin ain't all bone. There ain't no meat on that chin.
No meat on that chin.
Ain't no
That's
meat on
true.
that chin. You know, big dudes get knocked out real quick. I done had a few.
Yeah?
Ain't no chin. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You just can't. First of all, you can't let them hit you. That's first of all. And once they swing, they motivate them come, and then you catch them. And if you could turn it right there and catch them right there,
Yeah.
they fall real hard.
You got to get in close,
Because
though.
they never been, I don't know about Jake, but big dudes never fight. Usually they intimidate, and then they can't last long. Their stamina is 30 seconds, a minute.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jake's lost before to Tommy Fury,
Okay.
but he's never fought a world-class boxer
Fight
before.
before.
In his prime,
Yeah.
championship level,
Right.
like a Gervonta, but there's a 60-pound weight difference.
Yeah.
I think Gervonta will win too, but I don't know. I don't know.
think Gervonta
It's kind
gonna
of like a
get him.
clown show at this point. You
Yeah,
know, it's
it
like a
is.
circus. It's like, let's put a bear with a human and see what happens. You know?
How much-
Give someone a stick, like
Right.
like Thunderdome or something.
Yeah, they're making a mockery of it. That's
Right.
true for us true purists.
Oh, yeah. No,
purists
it's not real
boxing
boxing anymore.
fans.
These
Yeah.
are all exhibition matches.
Right.
It's not affecting anyone's records.
Right.
Despite ongoing criticism about the matchup's fairness, the fight has undeniably captured global attention. Some fans tune in hoping Jake Paul pulls off a shocking upset, while others expect Gervonta Davis to deliver yet another devastating knockout. Either way, the anticipation benefits both fighters. Analysts point out that controversy drives engagement. Debate, arguments, and speculation all fuel massive viewership. Jake Paul understands this better than most, turning negativity into marketing gold. Every insult and every doubt becomes part of his strategy to keep people watching. Even those rooting against him contribute to the hype. Ultimately, the fight's success doesn't rest solely on who wins, but on the spectacle it creates. In today's boxing landscape, entertainment often carries as much weight as the sport itself, and this matchup perfectly illustrates that balance in action.
All of a sudden, we want to know who will win in this fight, Jake Paul or Tank Davis. It's a legit question, and I actually want to really hear your thoughts on who do you think is going to win, because I know what Vegas is saying, but I want to know what you think. You got
Personally, I think Tank too little, bro.
Yo,
I think Tank too little.
I'm so glad you have a brain on your fucking shoulder.
I think Tank
The
too
way
little.
I did, I said, bro.
I think Tank's too little. That's what I'm saying. That weight class is for a
Tank
reason.
Davis
That
is
weight class is for a reason.
5'5", 135 pounds. Jake Paul is 6 feet, 205 pounds.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro.
He's too
6'1",
little.
205. Everybody's like, yeah, bro, but Tank it only takes one good punch. Yes, it takes one good punch when you're about the same size. There's a 60, 70 pound difference in weight in these people. I don't think nobody puts the physics in mind. Jake Paul gets punched in the face by dudes 200 pounds with all their might on a weekly basis. 135 pound puncher, bro. If y'all remember the Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight, Conor walks around like 180 on the regular. He's like 5'9", 180. Mayweather's like 5'7", 145. That 30 pound difference, bro. If you remember that fight, Mayweather was putting mittens on Conor. Guess what happened to Conor? He didn't hit the ground once.
No.
He lasted all 12 rounds getting hit with flurries. I'm talking about Mayweather was having his time. He's being cocky with it, hitting him with all kind of combos. And we're watching the last 3 rounds of that shit like, yo, knock him out. And you know what? He could not knock him out because Conor gets punched by people that are 170, 180 pounds on a regular. And just that 20, 30 pound difference, it was like impossible for him to do anything. And that's exactly what I feel like is going to happen versus Jake.
Respected trainer Robert Garcia views the fight through a technical and historical lens, emphasizing that there's nothing wrong with Gervonta Davis choosing to face Jake Paul. It's his career, and he has every right to steer it as he sees fit. However, Garcia raises questions about the timing. He believes that while Davis is still in his prime with plenty of credible opponents available, this matchup could lead to misunderstandings about his intentions. To Garcia, the issue isn't whether the fight itself is right or wrong, but how it fits into the larger narrative of Davis's career. His main concern isn't about money or danger, but about how this decision will shape the story and legacy Davis ultimately leaves behind.
Yes, but I don't know. What's your just take on the whole thing?
I'm not very interested. That doesn't excite me. I know it's going to do really good numbers. I know they're making a lot of money, which is good for them, good for Tank, because in boxing that's what everybody looks for. I think it's, the good thing is they announced it as an exhibition, which is, I'm okay with it. Everybody does it. Mayweather has done it. Ali did it. The only thing my personal opinion is Tank, you know, they all did it when they had already accomplished so much. They already did so much. Mayweather did everything in boxing and accomplished everything. Muhammad Ali did the same, and many others that have done it. I think Tank never gave us the fights that we really wanted. Never really gave us those challenges. He never really challenged himself. He didn't give Rhodes that rematch, which he should have. You know, Mayweather did it when he had a hard time with Maidana and Castillo. Right away, he did the rematches to prove everybody wrong, and look at what he did. He beat them clearly. So Tank should have done the same. He didn't. That I could criticize, but then at the end also, if you're making 30 to 50 million, I don't even know what he's making to fight, to have an exhibition against just Jake Paul, I would have asked, I would do the same.
No one would say no to that.
If I had one of my fighters get an offer to fight a big celebrity, a big YouTuber for $20-30 million, I would probably do the same. So I don't blame him. You know, it's boxing. At the end of his career, 20 years from now, nobody's gonna care how many belts he won or who he fought.
Conversely, Jake Paul has mounted a strong defense of the fight, asserting that it is neither an exhibition nor a mere spectacle. He stresses that the contest is fully sanctioned, featuring professional judges, official rounds, and a conclusive winner. Paul views this not as entertainment, but as a legitimate boxing match against a world champion. He believes that by fighting Gervonta Davis, he is demonstrating his serious commitment to the sport. Paul aims to shed the YouTuber label and earn recognition as an authentic boxer who trains, fights, and competes under the same regulations as any other professional. He maintains that taking on a fighter of Tank Davis's caliber is a significant risk that few would contemplate, which is precisely why he is pursuing it. By entering the ring with one of boxing's most formidable competitors, Paul intends to silence his detractors and bolster his credibility. His apparent confidence, while bold, stems from his ambition to be regarded as more than just an internet personality.
Even the list you made years and years ago, Gervonta Davis is on the list.
Yeah, exactly. It's all manifestation, and it's a very powerful thing. And yeah, I think people don't dream big or set massive aspirational goals and then also put the work in. I think that's the other thing is like, I'm still doing sprints and track work and bench press and squats and all of these things for the sport of boxing. So when I transition to NFL, I'm going to have a lot of that natural explosiveness and power from the past 6 years of training every day, twice a day.
Yeah.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates, fight breakdowns, and behind-the-scenes coverage.